What's going on, y'all? So I'm bringing up this topic right here. This was basically a conversation that I had with a few of my friends the other day, and we were just, with the whole. If you think about, you can go back to whatever year you want to go back to, but let's just say the past maybe 2 to 5 years, of just like all the rappers that basically been either charged. I'm not going to bring all of them up because it's going to be like I'm going to forget people, so I'm not going to bring all of it up. Rappers that have been put charges on them, had charges put on them basically, or had been killed. And we basically was talking about the whole, the lifestyle that rap has basically, adopted, and that's, gangster lifestyle. Crime, drugs, whatever you want to mention, it basically adopted that whole lifestyle. And we basically was talking about, do you believe half of the rappers when they say that they, whether they did the drugs or they did this, they shoot guns, boom, 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 whatever. And, we basically was like, me personally, I didn't believe it. I don't believe it. I believe it's more of a hype thing, a street cred thing. Of course, it's a possibility some of them, done some stuff like this or whatever, but you only can go off of what they say. And then if somebody like that grew up around them, like, speak up and say something like, oh yeah, this person was doing this, they was doing that, then that's all you can go off of, So at the end of the day, you never know. But we really didn't believe it because at the end of the day, if you really listen to the younger generation and what the younger generation is doing, a lot of the younger generation is basically doing some of the stuff that the older generation rapped about. So if the older generation wasn't doing what they actually rapped about, the younger generation is actually doing it because, like I said, if you go back and you peep the news and you check, you see a lot of the rappers are being caught up in, all types of charges and everything. So like I said, I'm not going to mention them. You can go back and you can just Google any rapper in the past 5 years, whether it's charges or whether they've been killed or anything like that. And you could just see, the things that basically been going on. The lifestyle, when you get in that situation, man, it's like once you start rapping the way you rap and you portraying that lifestyle, man, I understand that you want to have some downtime, but once you start rapping like that, you just gotta, I feel like you have to continue to be like that, like 24/7. Like, I don't know what anybody else think, but I'm like, if you portraying that gangster lifestyle and you saying this and saying that, you would think that the person would have to portray it 24/7, because in the world we live in right now, you can sit up here and just say I'm rapping, it's just lyrics, just putting together words, just trying to make something click. That sounds good in a perfect world. Now, this when you put it out there, it's not a perfect world. So when people hear this, and then if you actually have people out there that's in the streets, that's literally really in the streets, like I'm talking about, like they out there 24/7, or they out there a decent amount of time and they actually doing the stuff that you rapping about, then you're gonna have an issue, because like I said, there's plenty of times where you, like you said, you go back and find a story where, such and such rapper there's something like this happen, they get robbed or they get chased somewhere, just multiple things that go on, because like I said, it's entertainment. So they're entertaining you. A lot of times, like I said, it might not be real what they're saying. It's entertainment. It sounds good. It sells. Like they said, sex, money, drugs, whatever sells, put it out there. And I think that's mainly what a lot of the artists are doing right now. Because at the end of the day, if you truly live in that lifestyle, like I said, you really, gangster, you ganging and all that stuff, it would be a lot more people getting approached as far as rappers. And they have been getting approached out on the streets when they, they're speaking the way they speak on these records. It's just like, you get this money, and like I said, once you become that person and put music out like that, like, can you change and just go a whole nother route and rap another way without having the whole violent situation being brought up and saying that you did this and did that? Or, because the way, if you really think about it, when people start rapping on a lot of their songs, some of the stuff is like past tense. Like they'll say that, what they used to do past tense, they'll say it in past tense, but sometimes it be actually the present stuff. They be saying stuff that be kind of like, okay, are you still doing that? Did you just do it like a week ago? Because the way you make it sound like when you put your song together, it really sounds like you just did it and you are still doing it. So at the end of the day, like, a lot of rappers are incriminating themselves and the FBI and all them, they just listen to everything. They listen to everything. They listen to your music. You know, whether it's a mixtape, whether it's one song you put out, whether it's an album, they'll stream your stuff now. They'll stream your stuff and listen to you because, like, a lot of times, like I said, man, people they glorify of being something. Even, like, if you did something, you're glorified over a record, or you're glorified a certain way. So like I said, people are incriminating themselves by putting this music out and saying certain things that maybe a few people know about, but you and I don't know about. You know, just like sometimes you'll hear a lyric and somebody will be saying something, mentioning something, and you be like, what are they talking about? It sounds clever and everything, but you're like, what are they talking about? So basically it'll be something that's, you know, in their city or in their area, or something they're involved in, or something that they know about and they know a few things about, and then you get all this stuff, you get tied, you get linked into these cases and stuff like that. So like I said, it's a dangerous game to play, you know, being a rap artist. And I know that, I forgot who said it, I don't know if it was the Game or somebody had said something like, I don't think it was the Game, but it was, I can't remember who it was. So, you know, if y'all know what I'm about to say, y'all can put it down in the comment. But it was a rapper that said something about being a rapper is the most dangerous job in the world right now. And it is true, because even the ones that are not gangster and don't spit gangster, they still get approached on the street just because, like, you know, if you out there, you know, you got jewelry on and all that stuff, and you talking about you don't need security and all that stuff, and you walking out there and people know all your types of moves and everything. So it's like, it's not nothing is secretive. So if you're performing somewhere, or they know that you in their area, in their town, their neck of the woods, people talk. So they just follow around and pick and choose the right time to get you. It's a scary situation, and there's people that you know that they're close to that are actually be the ones that actually, you know, set them up. So it's like, you got to be careful, man. It's a crazy world. So like I said, at the end of the day, of course I would never like believe a lot of the lyrics that are being that a lot of rappers, you know, put out. You know, because sometimes, like, if you really listen to some of the songs, you be like, nah, you really ain't do all that. Because if you really did all that, you shouldn't even be, like, forget you saying it on the record, you shouldn't even be, like, present on this earth rapping right now. You should be locked up or whatever. But like I said, I truly don't believe a lot of this stuff. Like I said, it's pure entertainment. I don't take a lot of it serious at all. And that's it. You know, that's all we really was talking about, and that was our conversation mainly about it. You know, if anybody got any comments, you know, put them down there, and you know, whatever you got to say, just put it down there, because like I said, our conversation was actually deeper than that. We was talking about other stuff. But peace, y'all.